Before the break, we gave you an overview of the Frankfurt Auto Show, the largest auto show in the world.
Now we get specific. Here are some of the hot models from that show. We've shown you some very cool looking cars from the Frankfurt Auto Show that we won't be able to buy in North America. But what about a car that is coming to our shores?
The Fiat 500 has been selling well in Canada ever since it was introduced at the beginning of the year, but a lot of people say it's a chick car. To get around that, they're going to have an Abarth 500 coming sometime in 2012. You know what? Guys are going to be attracted to it, but sorry guys, the beautiful girl is not included.
The fastest way to draw a crowd is to get some beautiful women to reveal a sexy car. This is the new Lamborghini Gallardo Super Trofeo Stradale. Now that's a mouthful, but with 570 horsepower and a run to 100 kilometers an hour in just 3.4 seconds, it's sure to delight Lambo diehards, and it looks good in Italian racing red. The one car that always gets my heart racing is the 911 from Porsche. This is the all-new model, or 991, which will be available here in February. The car is much bigger than the outgoing model, offering a longer wheelbase, wider track, all-new styling, but the car is much lighter and more efficient. The base motor will have 350 horsepower, and the S will have 400 horsepower. It's instantly recognizable as a 911, but the new details are very modern and even look somewhat like the Panamera. Also on display was the very first 911 shown here in Frankfurt back in 1963, and the new one today. Over at Mazda, they had the world debut of their small CX-5 crossover, which is the replacement for the CX-7. It features Mazda's Sky Active technology, which includes a lighter body and a high-compression four-cylinder engine, actually the highest compression available in the auto industry today at 14:1. Here's what else VW has to offer.
From this show, a couple of exciting things. Of course, we're showing the Beetle, and we're showing it in different iterations that you've seen here today. You've seen the Beetle R that is going to come to our shores. That's going to be an exciting vehicle that is meant to try to bring the Beetle up in terms of demand and in terms of excitement. We also have the Golf R that's coming to Canada next year. We'll have that car in our market early in the year. We're going to have about 500 cars that are going to come in. That's an all-wheel drive, high-performance automobile with 256 horsepower engine, manual transmission. It's going to come in one iteration with 3 or 4 different colors. Really sporty, souped-up vehicle. And from what I understand right now, we've got about 60% of them that are pre-sold already from our dealers.
Now, how about getting this hot-looking Scirocco in North America?
Well, you know, we've looked at it. We've taken a look at bringing the car in. You know, we've got a GTI in a 2-door version and in a 4-door version. And when you do the math and you look at that segment, we believe that the number of Scirocco's we could sell in Canada overall, when we compare to maybe some of the business it would take away from the GTI, there wouldn't have been enough upside for us. So though the car technically would meet our requirements, getting it in enough quantities to make it interesting and do training, have dealers stock the car, et cetera, and have a whole new model around it and marketing around it, we just didn't believe that it was viable for the number of cars that we could sell. Now, am I saying no, we'll never see it? I mean, maybe you might see it as a special edition car, but right now it's not on our radar screen. We're looking at cars that can drive us more volume than that.
Speaking of the Beetle, we got a one-on-one interview with the head of Volkswagen Design, Walter De Silva.
We have a design criteria for Volkswagen that is planning every 2 years to renovate, and my definition is design. Volkswagen designer have to design no complicated car. The face, round lights, the emblem, no grille, and as you know, the father of the Beetle was the same father of the Porsche. It's the only Volkswagen Beetle that can have something of the Porsche. And the DNA is the same, the blood is the same. This is immediately recognizable. And the side view, of course, because the 2 big fender with this typical arch is only on the Beetle.
I've always been a fan of the Beetle, and I'm really excited about the new one. It's going to be available for sale here in Canada before the end of the year.
Yeah, the base model will be coming with a 2.5-liter engine, the 5-cylinder. Then they're going to bring out a higher performance model. We showed you the R concept. It might be coming to Canada, and we can only ask one more time, please bring the Scirocco.
After the break, we're going to have one final look at the Frankfurt Auto Show.